Welcome everyone! In this video, we are in the Master Premier Classic, showcasing some more fun battles featuring Haxorus! Haxorus, always a very fun and very effective pick to go with in the Master Premier Classic, and that is because, of course, it is a dragon, but it also has excellent coverage on the meta with its very unique moveset. Can run counter on as the fast move, and has excellent coverage on Ghost and Metagross. You just have to keep it away from fairies, which is why we've got Shadow Machamp on the safe swap. Shadow Machamp can prove to be a very versatile safe swap with Rock Slide as its coverage. It is here to draw out any potential charmers that may be lurking in the back on your opponent's team and can still fight back with those Rock Slides. You draw out those charmers so that Magnezone can come back in off of the lead. That is who we are leading with today. Magnezone, amazing, can put heavy shield pressure on your opponents, and of course protects our back two Pokemon from those overpowered charmers. But before we dive into the featured set of the video, we are starting things off with some bonus battles that I thought were tons of fun. And here we go, Dragonite lead. A classic staple of the Master Premier Classic, good old Dragonite running Dragon Tail, but it has been updated. We have to be very careful for a potential superpower. They usually go right for it and then swap out into something like this. And in this case, it is a Metagross, so we can deal heavy neutral damage to Metagross. So gonna go for a Wild Charge here, and of course they tank the first one, but guys, they are gonna have a rough time tanking the second one, and we will get that shield right back, and now it is Haxorus time. So the play here, we could definitely tank this Meteor Mash, but not comfortably. So we're going to shield and farm down and absolutely load up on energy. We are now down a shield, but Haxorus with loaded energy is quite lethal. They don't want to tank any Dragon Claws from our opposing dragon, so they bring in a Gyarados, and that is fine. We are just going to unleash all of this energy that we have farmed off of that Metagross, going for Dragon Claw number 2. And this Gyarados is running Dragon Breath, and they're going to have to throw here because we were just shy of another Dragon Claw. And they do throw. That is fine. We can actually come in here with our Magnezone and look to Spark down. It's taking double super effective damage. And they aggro swap right back into that Dragonite. So we are going to either do heavy damage or grab the final shield. And now it is Machamp time. Machamp can easily tank one of whatever this Dragonite throws. Most likely just a Dragon Claw. And it is. And we will definitely get to this Rock Slide. Dragonite has maximum bulk in this meta, so it doesn't quite KO, but puts it within two counter range, and they will farm down. Can we spark this thing down before it gets to another Aqua Tail? And we do. Magnezone coming in clutch, cleaning up the end game very nicely. That's going to be yet another good game. Well played. This Haxorus team was really putting in the work in the Master Premier Classic as we are met with an opposing Magnezone. Gonna make a play into our Machamp here on the safe swap, and we draw out the Charmer. This is an ABB style team working to perfection. This is why Machamp is on this team. Draw out those sneaky Charmers that are often always lurking in the back. And the reason why it works so well is because it can absolutely fight back with Rock Slide. And here we go. We're back in. Onto this Togekiss with our Magnezone after they charmed us down, of course. Gonna shield out the potential flamethrower here and look to spark all the way down. Really load up on energy. They could come back in with the Magnezone. We don't know what else they have in the back. I'm expecting another Flyer or maybe a Dragon, but no, it's another Steel type. Oh my goodness, this team is ABA weak to a counter user. You'd love to see it. Gonna just put the pressure on this little squishy mole with a Wild Charge. Although resisted, it still does a lot of damage, as Excadrill is about as squishy as it gets. They make a play back into that Magnezone, and we're just gonna throw a Night Slash. No boost, that's quite all right. We can tank this. Haxorus says, do your worst, Magnezone. I'm a dragon. That's resisted as we counter down. And they, of course, have that Escadrille left in the back. Gonna go for a Night Slash here, and they shield. That is amazing. We are getting pretty low. We need to get in some more damage onto this Escadrille, so we will absolutely shield up this drill run and get some more counter damage in. It is absolutely chunking. And we have reached our limit here. They're going to take us out. Can we take this thing out with a wild charge? It is in the red. And like I said, Escadrille is about as squishy as it gets as we say bye-bye to the little squishy mole. Magnezone coming in clutch yet again. Closing the game in dominant fashion. That's going to be a good game. Well played. This Haxorus team was racking up the wins left and right as we are met with an Electivire, fellow electric type. Gonna make the play into Machamp here and see what they want to do. They're staying in and absolutely loading up on energy, likely looking to pressure our shields with back-to-back wild charges. So we throw the cross chop and they tank it. So that's what it looks like they're doing. And we will not fall into their little trap. We're not giving up any shields. We live that and we counter down. Coming out of this matchup with minimal health to farm. That worked out beautifully as they make a play into a Snorlax. Gonna just chip this thing with some super effective damage, but they shield as we go down. That's fine. They have a normal type. We've got a counter user lurking in the back in the form of Haxorus, and they catch our Dragon Claw onto a Walrein. You don't see these too often up here in the Master Premier Classic, but that is fine. We had just the answer to a Walrein. Of course, we do have to be careful of an Earthquake, but this is not an Earthquake, and we do shield. You may be asking why, and the reason why is because the only reason you would not build up to the Earthquake is if you're looking to leave health for the Snorlax to farm on. So we're not going to play this game here. We're going to preserve our health and force that Snorlax to throw its energy. That's the play here. And they are at Earthquake energy here, so we will absolutely shield yet again. And we did get that spark through, so they go down. And the Snorlax does have a potential superpower loaded, and they throw it, and we hang on long enough to get off a wild charge. Holy smokes, Magnezone coming in clutch, putting in the work. Nearly one shots and one counter takes it out from our Haxorus. I'm telling you guys, this team was really racking up the wins. That's going to be yet another good game. Well played. I'm telling you guys, if you can preserve a shield advantage for Haxorus, it can absolutely close the game strong. And here we go, Primarina, the dream lead if you're Magnezone. Holy smokes, so many people are running these Primarinas to answer Gyarados and all the other dragons. They tried to catch a move onto Escadrille. Not falling for that. We've got the perfect answer to something like Escadrille in the form of our Machamp here. Going to go for a cross chop and likely grab a shield as Escadrille is about as squishy as it gets. And we will let this go. We definitely tank a drill run, and we are going to look to get to another cross chop. But no, they are not going to allow us. We will shield this and try and either pressure that last shield or flip switch. We farm down instead. Escadrille could not withstand the onslaught from our Machamp as we go for a rock slide onto this Primarina here. It tanks that no problem and gonna look to farm down. This is beautiful. We can easily come right back in with our Magnezone, and the fact that it's running Waterfall is actually pretty good for Haxorus as well if it comes down to it. Gonna just go for the mirror shots. They do hit for neutral damage as it is part water, negating what would be super effective. And they catch onto another fairy. Holy smokes, another ABA team. This time they're ABA weak to none other than our good old Magnezone here. Gonna put this thing out of its misery with a wild charge. Magnezone popping off in the Master Premier Classic. You love to see it. Gonna shield up whatever this is, likely the Moonblast, and Haxorus is gonna clean this game up, no problem. It can only do resisted damage, but guys, that is all we need to say bye-bye to the Primarina. Haxorus cleaning up the end game beautifully. That's gonna be yet another good game. Well played. Had a blast with those bonus battles as we move into the featured set of the video, picking up a beautiful lead in the form of Togekiss. You love to see it if you're running Magnezone on the lead, and of course we are resisting this fast move pressure while dealing super effective damage back to them as they are part flying. Gonna go straight Mirror Shot in this matchup. They clearly just want to lose this lead, so we will definitely oblige and go for yet another Mirror Shot. They can shield this all they want. They will not flip this lead, and they go down. And they reveal Metagross, so it is Machamp time, and oh, they are ABA weak yet again to our Magnezone. You love to see it. Oh, it was a thing of beauty, people running these ABA teams and taking L's. It is unfortunate, but that is why you don't run ABA teams, my friends. Definitely go ABB or just run a balanced team. You'll do a lot better. Gonna go for another Rock Slide here and really put the pressure on this Gyarados here, and they let it go. That is beautiful. This Gyarados is hanging on by a thread. Gonna throw our Magnezone back in here to soak whatever damage they want to dish out to us. That's fine. Crunch, no problem. We spark down. And now all they have left is that Metagross, and it is Haxorus time, if I've ever seen it. We, of course, are only dealing neutral damage with our counters, but my goodness, they are really adding up. We have a shield advantage. Going to shield everything from this Metagross here. And the beauty of Haxorus is it has access to Night Slash, which gives it beautiful coverage in this meta. Going to go for the Night Slash here, and oh, they let that go. I think they realized it was just about over and just let it go. That is fine. Haxorus cleans up the end game again quite nicely. That's going to be a good game. Well played. I'm telling you guys, if you've got a Haxorus, you might want to give it a try with this team. It was amazing. And here we go. Metagross lead. Nice shiny Metagross. At that, we're staying right here. We don't have to go anywhere, guys. We're double resisting these bullet punches. And we can hit for massive neutral damage with stab with our wild charges. They are at EQ energy. We're shielding that. That would one-shot for sure. And we are at the back-to-back wild charges. They typically tank the first one. And if they tank, we spank, guys. We're coming in with our Machamp. Gonna bank that wild charge and farm down the Metagross. They were not making it to another move. That worked out beautifully. We are down a shield, but that is quite all right. They've got a Waterfall Gyarados in the back. So, again, this is why Machamp on the safe swap is quite effective. And really fight back against these flyers with Rock Slide. It's amazing. And we get to another Rock Slide. Speaking of, if they want to go down completely on shields, that is quite all right, and they do. That's amazing. They are really going all in on this Gyarados, and that is quite all right. So we're seeing that this is running Waterfall. We have a Dragon. We resist Water-type damage. So we're coming in with Haxorus here. They're down on shields, and these Waterfalls are doing virtually no damage. And they are at a potential crunch. We can tank this. We don't know what else they have left in the back. The defense drops. That's unfortunate. Gonna go for a Dragon Claw. We built up the back-to-back, and they catch the Dragon Claw onto an Escadrille. Nice catch by them, but it will not help them, guys. I'm telling you, Haxorus with loaded energy is quite lethal. Gonna go for the Night Slash now. And even with the defense drop, they cannot farm down, guys. Gonna shield this up and look to counter this little squishy mole all the way into the ground and leave with a loaded Dragon Claw for the Gyarados. Haxorus popping off, going on a rampage in the Master Premier Classic. You love to see it. Gonna come in with our Magnezone and throw the wrong move. Calculated. Just getting them back a little bit for catching our Dragon Claw. You know, you gotta BM every now and then, guys. But Magnezone takes it out. That's gonna be yet another good game. Well played. This Haxorus team was really working. It was so nice in the Master Premier Classic. But what's not nice is this lead right here. That's the nightmare lead for Magnezone in the form of Garchomp. We come in with our Machamp, and they're staying in a little bit, and that is fine. Gonna just look to get off this damage here before they can make it to a potential outrage, and they are at the outrage here. We are absolutely going to shield this up. We kind of have to get rid of this thing. It's the earth power. That's fine. They bank a little bit of energy and make a play into a Gyarados. So again, this is why Machamp can be so effective on a team like this. On the safe swap, we got the Rock Slide and they shield. So I do believe we let this go because I think that we survive an Aqua Tail from this range, but we can't quite get that Rock Slide off. That is unfortunate. Would have been really nice to either take out that Gyarados or grab that final shield, but that is okay. We press on here. Gonna tank whatever this is. We can definitely tank an Aqua Tail from Gyarados, and these waterfalls are really starting to add up. Gonna overload as much as possible and go for the Wild Charge here. This will definitely KO the Gyarados, and we are still even on shields. They still have a whole Pokemon left in the back. Can Haxorus do something here for us? Let's find out. We will shield up the potential Outrage. That would be lights out for us, guys, and we do correctly shield the Outrage. And they've got an Escadrille in the back. Okay. All right, we definitely tank a Drill Run, and we do have the energy lead on this Escadrille here. They let that go. Okay, so now the play is to farm down and leave this matchup with as close to 2 Dragon Claws as possible. We tank that, but not by much, and we are just 1 counter off from the Dragon Claw, and we've got the back-to-back. Holy smokes. Oh my goodness, Haxorus was coming in so clutch in these battles. They shield, but we've got another one locked and loaded for this Garchomp, which allows us to say bye-bye to the Garchomp. Haxorus coming in clutch right there, hanging on by a thread, sweeping the end game. That's going to be yet another good game. Well played. Haxorus really putting in the work in that last battle as we are met with a Dragonite. So, gonna stay right in here. Of course, it can definitely now fight back with threat of superpower, and they are at superpower energy here. We always shield the first superpower, and they usually swap out. But no, this one is not swapping out. This means that they are in it for the long haul. We recognize that, so we're actually going to bait with a Mirror Shot here. That's how we can work around this Dragonite here, and they shield. That's amazing. That's what we needed. Going to absolutely shield up this next superpower here, and it is the superpower, and now we are at the back-to-back. We just have to watch out for a potential catch here. Going to go for this first Wild Charge, and they shield. Wait for them to throw, and we throw our Wild Charge here. This will definitely be more than enough to allow us to say bye-bye to the Dragonite, and that is how you win lead with Magnezone on the newly updated Dragonite. And they've got an Escadrille in the back. If they have an Escadrille, they usually have a Metagross, so that is looking pretty good for us. We just really had to get that Dragonite out of the way, and there it is, right on cue, Metagross. We've got an energy lead on this Metagross, and gonna go for the Cross Chop. It does hit for neutral damage, and it does add up. In conjunction with these counters, we get to Cross Chop number 2 here, and this will not KO, but it will definitely do the damage and put this Metagross within a manageable health range. So now we are calculating here and waiting for our switch timer. So what we're going to do is throw Magnezone in here. They cannot farm us down and force them to throw their energy. This is beautiful. This is exactly what we needed. They will not make it to another move before we can counter down, which gives us loads of farm. We've got an energy lead on this Escadrille here, and those counters are absolutely chunking. Gonna go for this Night Slash here, and that, of course, goes through. There are no shields left, and we counter down with our Haxorus. I'm telling you, Haxorus was really putting in the work and sweeping these end games. It was beautiful. That's going to be yet another good game. Well played. Basically, anything out of an RPS hard counter team, this team does quite well. And speaking of hard counters, this is one in the form of Garchomp on the lead. We've seen this before, but this time they don't stay in and let us get off our damage. They go immediately into yet another hard counter in the form of Togekiss. This is not getting off to a good start, my friends, for our Haxorus team that has been doing so well in these battles. So They tank the Rock Slide, Charm down, of course, and we come back in with our Magnezone here and gonna farm this thing all the way down, load up on energy. We have to shield up the Flamethrower. We don't know if there is another potential flyer in the back, so we kind of want to keep our Magnezone healthy. We do get the full farm down and gonna throw a Mirror Shot here to chip a little bit and maybe get an attack drop on this Garchomp here, but no such luck. We come in with our Haxorus, and now we are down a shield, and Garchomp has some amazing bulk. It has the shield advantage. We shield the Outrage, of course, and I don't think we can make it to enough Dragon Claws to do anything worth mentioning against this Garchomp here. This is unfortunate. The RPS phenomenon strikes yet again against our Haxorus team. That is so unfortunate. We say bye-bye to our own Haxorus, and now it is all but over. There is nothing we can do to do anything against this Garchomp here. Our poor Magnezone's trying its best, just to no avail. Couldn't quite get that one done, unfortunately, as they outrage us into oblivion. Taking that one. Could not quite get it done against the RPS hard counter team, but hey, if we lose to something like that, I leave happy, guys, especially with a juicy 4-1 set. That is the team, my friends. Good game, well played to our opponent. And how about it? It took a RPS hard counter, Mon for Mon hard counter team to take down our wildly effective Haxorus team, and that is okay. So this team worked out beautifully for Haxorus. I, of course, wanted to protect it from any potential Charmers or Ice types. That is where Magnezone forms an amazing core with something like Haxorus. Handles Flyers, handles Charmers, handles Ice types beautifully. And you round out that very powerful core with an amazing safe swap option in the form of Machamp. Can really fight back with Rock Slides and pressure shields on your opponent. That makes for a very, very powerful team, guys. But yeah, guys, I had a blast. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, I thank you for watching, and keep up the grind. Thank you, guys.